Greetings, fellow human beings and fellow entities. So, I have time to record some footage of Prison. So, this will be the second episode of Prison. Is it? Okay, so it's Extreme Craft. And I have like a maximum 15 minutes of gameplay. Well, 15 or maybe 20. 20 if we are lucky. So there was this guy, and he had a YT at the end, and I just remembered that now, so I might blur it because I'm going to do daughter, data. Where is it? So those screenshots, right? So, haven't checked screenshots, but yeah, I have a lot of screenshots. Okay. Sipping on my Rubicon sparkling guava, or however you pronounce it, made with real fruit juice. But it's dense in sugar, so not really a good, not really a good alternative because it contains sugar. That's the only downside if you are against sugar or you don't like sugar. I'm alright with sugar, just watch the intake, Can't be having a few cans a day, which is rich in sugar. Any time will be great. I like how last episode that I was getting so anxious when those two individuals were 2v1ing me in the corner. Since they had diamonds, like diamond gear. Yeah, no, I said so basically, that there was these two individuals from last episode, right? And basically it shook me because they were wearing diamonds and I thought they were gonna, kill me really quickly. So basically, okay, so let me just finish off the sentence. So basically, that it shook me that those two individuals were wearing diamond. Those, explaining my reaction. So I thought I was gonna die. I was getting shook. It just, like when sometimes like that happens, then I just minimize and stuff and just do some crazy things like it's too much on your mind, if you know what I mean, like pressure or something like that. Like your mind is not on that, and so you have to react quickly, and then you shook from that. So you got extra pressure. And so when I began 1v1ing them, I realized just that they were just noobs and just diced them. So that's nice. Okay. So why I got the photos? It's because there's this guy that you saw at the end of the video where I had to actually quit, but basically this guy was giving out pickaxes. I'm just going off the top of my memory here, and basically he gave me he was going to trade me an efficiency 6 and an unbreaking 2 and a fortune 2, but I wanted the vanilla one. I wanted the efficiency 5 unbreaking 3, and then he gave me the efficiency 4 unbreaking 2 fortune 2, and I was like, nah, I want the vanilla one. And he said that his mind is not really, so like, basically, if you don't have enough sleep, which you should have enough sleep, I knew from the get-go that this person wasn't getting enough sleep, right? So he probably had, probably 5 or 6 hours of sleep. I remember him telling me that he only had 6 hours of sleep, which is bad. In order for you to function, to scrape by, you need at least 8 hours, and above that will help you mentally, like consciously, like you'll be woke having that 9 to 11 hours of sleep. For me, I need 10 to 11 hours of sleep. So today I've slept for like 10 hours. Not really 10 hours, like 8 hours. I know it's a bit bad, I could do better, but it is what it is. So I wanted the guy to rename my pickaxe like to his IGN, but then he shouted out his YouTube channel, which I didn't want, and he knew that. So I told him to rename it to your name in it. So obviously he didn't do that, and then we were going back and forth. I thought that he was going to scam me, but luckily he did not, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because I paid him and he gave me it, so he's a good citizen, him, and we should follow his teachings and what he did to learn from it. This basically means to not scam, because scamming is bad. It's sin. Okay, so we tried to rename it, and the outcome was this. Shout out to Total with the 2 L's, so the 1. So this is my normal pickaxe from last time. Okay, so here this is his name, Totally Dark YT. So shout out to Totally Dark YT for hitting me up with this pickaxe, and it either cost me 500k, 1 mil, or 1.5 million, and that's what we've agreed on. He agreed on the maximum sum of currency, which is $1.5 million, and so I've got this OP guy or girl or entity, which is an efficiency 5 and breaking 3 fortune 2. To me, I don't really need the fortune 2, but that is good when mining minerals such as diamonds and emeralds. And I know from the get-go, actually I didn't know from the get-go, I thought that emeralds was much more valuable than diamonds, as emeralds are a form of villagers' currency. However, unfortunately, diamonds are worth more by $25 or $35 than emeralds, if you see here. Materials. So this is, to sell this you need $125, and for this one you need $150. So that's a $25 increase from emerald to diamond. So you'll be saving $25 extra from mining diamonds than mining emeralds. So if in a mine that has in a ratio of 75% diamonds, 25% emeralds, so 3 out of 4 is diamonds, and 1 out of 4 is emeralds, right? You'd rather mine in that one than the otherwise one, or the vice versa one, or the opposite one, which is 3/4 of it will be emeralds and 1/4 will be diamonds, because then it's not efficient time wise, money wise, and etc. So okay, this individual is that. I wish I could do this inspect, this guy here, but obviously I lack permission. World edit and that. Let's see what's he getting. Okay, well, This will be my pickaxe for mining in general, and then this pickaxe will be used for mining because they have valuable resources there, and I don't want to risk it. So luckily, I can use this one. So I don't need another pickaxe. I mean, sword. I mean, I could use it, but not this shop tube. This bad boy here. I'm gonna PvP, so I'm stacked. I just don't want one. I just don't want to 1v1 someone who has more gear than me. Okay. Alright. Oh, this is PvP. Okay, that is very sneaky. Look at that. I'd much rather 1v1 in the PvP mine than 1v1 in PvP. So there's not much individuals here. Renders and that. So if I were to come here in this corner, over there, despite I can see that except the fog over there, I can't see the people here until they're like closer to me. You know what I mean? Like over there, I can't really see the players, but then if they come a bit over here, then I will be able to see it. It's just a render thing. So right now I'm gonna mine diamonds. So basically, I was going on a tangent in my conscious mind, like an argument per se, that if you were to be in an area that is full of diamonds and then outside that circumference would be emeralds, then I would mine my way out, right? Wait, no. If emeralds were in your circumference, in your position, so over here, like it will be emeralds over here, and then all the way over here and around you will be diamonds. Someone, I didn't say me, but someone redundant. Okay, sorry about that. So if I was standing here and the circumference was, let's per se, so let's say it was probably 15 blocks or 20 blocks circumference, right? Let's say I was standing in the middle, right, of emeralds. And then outside that circumference, outside that, will be diamonds, right? And we know that diamonds are worth more than emeralds. So there's two ways to this. One way is to so there's one way, which is you'd rather, like, this is what I will do. Not really, but I will do this. That I will just mine. So I'll mine all the way until, you know, I reach diamond, right? Okay, so that was that one way, which you mine until you reach the diamond. But it wouldn't be efficient because that so it wouldn't be efficient. It wouldn't be efficient to mine all the way there because, I mean, yes, you are making money, but it wouldn't be as efficient, as we know that emerald is worth less than diamonds. So the most efficient way is to run over there, and then mine from there. And then once you mine the diamonds, then you can mine the emeralds. That way, you're not only saving time, but you're also earning extra money. That's what I was basically thinking. But even in a more in a more in-depth situations and or scenario, and also and this is the other perspective, where let's say I'm standing here, right? Actually, let's say I'm standing here, right? So I would mine the diamond first and then the emeralds, as diamonds are worth more, they're valuable than emeralds. And then I'll mine the other blocks. And since these diamonds are close to me than the emeralds, I'm gonna mine the diamonds and then come to the emeralds and then go to the direction where there's more diamonds. Because then we're losing money, you know, per hour, you know, if you put it in that way. So I've got emeralds here, but there are diamonds around me. And I'm happy that no one came while I was explaining these scenarios and messaging that for the individual. With experience, mining and selling it for the exchange of money is quite a long process, like a really long process. I'm in rank I and it's taken me quite a long time to reach $5.2 million, which is needed for me to rank up. So if you were to be in rank Z, well, you're screwed because it will take hours upon hours. And yeah, I see why they're doing this in a business perspective or company perspective, but it's not really good in terms of, you know, the player. All they're doing is mining, and it's not really quite fun. I mean, yes, you have PvP, which may or may not increase your wealthiness, but you know. So once humanic activity comes around, then I shall terminate this recording. Quite unfortunate that you guys didn't saw the transaction and, you know, the origin of this name, but I mean the other one. So risky, but I mean, you can't get mad if you're in a place where PvP is enabled and you die. Like, you can't get mad from that. You put your own self at risk. It's like agreeing to the terms and conditions on, let's say, Apple, which is a company, not the fruit Apple, the company Apple. I mean, Steve Jobs did eat apples a lot, and he did other extreme things. Basically, if you use the site, then you agree to their terms and conditions. If you don't, then you can't use it. I mean, it's common sense. It's like a product that you really dislike, or it's not serving the service to you, or just something about it that you don't like, then just don't use it. Or let's say you got like some trainers, but it didn't come in your size. You can't really use it, can you? You need to return it and get the size that is much more appropriate to you. As you can see, there are gold around me, there are coal around me, but they are less valuable to the more valuable of diamonds and emeralds. I will put diamonds and emeralds in the category of being very valuable compared with cobblestone, coal, iron, coal ore, diamond ore, no, coal ore, iron ore, and gold ore. And obviously cobblestone is cobblestone. Imagine cobblestone being a cobble ore. Wouldn't that be mad? I imagine smelting cobble ore for cobblestone and then smelting cobblestone with that will smelt into smooth stone. Okay, so the mine needs to reset because I mostly mined all the valuable items. It's like mining in a cave, and obviously there is cobblestone surrounding the valuable item, and for you to get it, you need to mine through the devaluable stuff, the value things that have no value, little to non-value, to the things that have the most value. I mean, you could use this analogy on life. Where you have to work hard. I mean, I could go deep in this analogy. Some people may not be able to find it. Some people have the item. Some people don't have it. You know, etc., etc. That's just gone really deep into the analogy of, you know, people mining. If I'd assume that everyone would be mining, then, or mining too to get the most valuable, you know, or pretty mine much of it. So, and I may miss, not moose, a few ores here and there, you know. Okay, I'll just put that there. What is he holding? What is that? That's screenshot. What is? That's huh. Okay, I think the humans are back. Maybe, I don't know though. Let me check. Yes, the human activity is going to occur, so I shall terminate this recording, unfortunately. So this is Hypermangi, an extraterrestrial hybrid. I shall stop recording.